Hey, hello, and welcome to the show. It's me, JP, and it is time for JP's product pick of the week. In fact, it's more than time for it, but I have a computer that's being crashy. And so, crossing fingers, it doesn't just poof, which is what it's been doing. But I got it up and running again, so I think we can do the show. And I appreciate you patiently waiting for this to begin. Let's first of all let you know if you are in the chat somewhere that doesn't seem to have any chat going on and you're like, hey, who's he talking to? That is probably me talking to our YouTube chat. I've got an eye on that. So hello, Dave Odessa and Johnny Bergdahl. Thank you for stopping by. And then we also have our Discord, which is at adafruit.it/Discord. You can look for the live broadcast chat channel. That's it right there. We've got Starman, Love the Factory, Jim Hendrickson, Blitz City DIY, also Johnny Bergdahl showing up there. C. Grover, hello, thanks for stopping by. Yes, Love the Factory, you can come for the electronics and stay for the dance party. I appreciate you. So, what do we have going on here today? So this is a product pick show. I've got a product pick of the week. I'm going to give you a ginormous discount, not just me, we here at Adafruit, everyone behind the scenes, especially in the new products group, Trevor, Jelly, helping out to get these discounted, stashed, so that we have some for the show and then discounted. If you want to go grab them at half off today, you're going to go to that URL right there. It's product ID 5889. You can use that QR code or this URL. Also, that's the secret to our URL shortener for product IDs is adafruit.it/5889. Just adafruit.it and the product number. That'll get you right to that page as well. And you can pick them up, just throw them in your cart. There's no coupon code necessary. You'll get them for half off, up to 10 per person. No resellers allowed. And before I say any more, let's jump back a little bit in time here. This is actually a pretty new one, but we'll just jump back a little bit to the new segment with Lady Ada. Please take it away, Lady Ada.
We also have coming soon 2 versions of our ItsyBitsy ESP32. We've designed this many years ago, but during the part shortage, we weren't able to get it out the door. But now it lives again, clearing out my long to-do list. So this is an ItsyBitsy size board. So it's got 20 GPIO and power pins. Micro USB because I want it to be compatible with the other ItsyBitsy boards. In case you have an enclosure, you can swap out whichever one you want. I don't want to have, maybe I'll make a version with USB-C later. On the bottom, it has a USB to serial converter chip, and some markings and alternate battery input if desired. We also have a version with a WFL connector designed by Hiroshi, by the way, in case you're wondering. There's a STEMMA QT port on the top, NeoPixel on both of them, user button, reset button, and then auto reset circuitry. This is really great for very small IoT projects that need ESP32, which has Wi-Fi, Bluetooth Classic, Bluetooth Low Energy. We support it in CircuitPython, has great Arduino support. There's also MicroPython support and a lot of other chips as well. The ESP32 is like a very standardized chip. What's really nice about this board is it's got very good low power capability. I just tested it before the show. 10 microamps in deep sleep, which is like incredibly low. It's as low as the ESP32 can get. So by kind of designing this in a nice way, using a good regulator on it, you could definitely use this for very low power IoT projects or any project where you just need more pins than a QT Py, but you don't need as many as a Feather. And there's also one pin that's shifted up to 5 volts, so great for NeoPixel projects.
All right.
Yes, indeed it is. Look, this is it right here. It is my product pick of the week this week. It is the ItsyBitsy ESP32. This is the version with the onboard PCB antenna. It has 8 megabytes of flash, 2 megabytes of PSRAM. We have 20 GPIO pins. There's a USB to serial converter on there. You can use the web workflow because it's got Wi-Fi, it's got Bluetooth Classic, it's got BLE or Bluetooth Low Energy. You can use Arduino, CircuitPython with the web workflow, CircuitPython, MicroPython, Whippersnapper even. My gosh, what can't you do with this? So this fits the ItsyBitsy form factor, so it'll just drop into pretty much any project you have. Most pins, maybe all pins, should be compatible. And we've got 3 analog to digital converters, 2 DAC, digital analog outs. Those are 8-bit, I think, 12-bit on the ADCs. And a whole bunch of extra features. For example, this one has a Stemma QT port for I2C to plug right into it. You've got 3-volt logic, 3.3-volt logic and power on here, but there's also that one special pin D5, which has a 5-volt level shifter on it, so you can use 5-volt peripherals with it as well. So it's a really versatile board, really fantastic. What is there to say about it? First of all, let's jump over to the product page so you can see that right there. There it is, there's the product page. Is available right now for this deeply discounted price just during the show of $7.48. Wow. And this, if you scroll down in here, you'll see, first of all, we've got this show happening right inside the product page. That's that little link right there. So I could click that and just suck the universe inside of itself. It'd be wild. I won't do it. Look, there it is. And you can also scroll down a little bit to get to the primary learn guide here. There's also a case project for the antenna version, but that would work for either version if you wanted to, by the Ruiz brothers. If you check out the main guide here by Liz, you've got all the stats, all the info. You have pinouts for all the pins on there, power, GPIO. There's pretty much PWM on everything. I think we have 4 cap touch pins. What else do we have on there? There's 8 cap touch pins. Wow. There's the onboard NeoPixel, so you can use that for indicator, for testing things. We have a reset button. There's also a boot button, which can be used as a user button after you've started. There's the USB to serial converter, which I mentioned. And you can also power it from 3.5 to 6 volts battery, and there's a little solderable tab on the bottom there if you want to turn this into a battery project. Or, as you can see here, we've also got our LiPo and LiPoly backpack that you can add to it. And also show you an alternative. I'm using a little cool ItsyBitsy Breakout board from C. Grover. When I show you my little demo there, you'll see. And here is on the version we have here today. You can see there's the little ESP32 module. It's the ESP32 V2 Pico, and it has a onboard antenna. You can see little traces there. That's the antenna. It works well for sort of nearby access point type of uses. And then if you keep going, you'll get to some setup here for CircuitPython, for the Arduino IDE, Whippersnapper. You can also, if you check out the CircuitPython setup section, go to this setting up the web workflow. And this is really cool. If you check out web workflow, this is a way to go basically from the CircuitPython.org download page to a web. You'll need a web USB compatible browser like Chrome, but you've got a web setup that you can do where you can set your own Wi-Fi credentials on here and a password for the web API on here. And then you can start controlling this thing immediately from a web page. So if you take a look right here, this is CircuitPython web workflow editor that I have set up. And I'm going to go to a little downshooter version. So you can see here I've got my ItsyBitsy ESP32. There is no USB cable plugged into it. I just have it on a little breakout there that's giving me battery power. This is from C. Grover. I'll show you the link to that in a second. And it also breaks it out for compatibility with breadboards and some other nice features like an extra Stemma QT port on there. And then I have it on one of our little swirly grids here for mounting, just to keep it all in one place. There's a little LiPo battery in there. So it's running on battery power, and yet I'm able to code it right from a web browser. So this browser is running from a server that's on the ItsyBitsy ESP32. I'm running CircuitPython code here. You can see I've brought in time, board, NeoPixel, and then Rainbow I/O and a color wheel. I'm setting up the onboard NeoPixel. I've set some little variables for some colors there. If I go and just change one of these, let's just change that to red, hit save. Again, notice no wires, right? And yet, I've just changed that. I've just saved the code .py file. We can change that again here. Let's go to blue, hit save, and badoosh. Now I'll go ahead and comment that out and go to our little swirly color wheel example. And you can see we are color wheeling all around through the rainbow entirely wirelessly. So that's just a little introduction to the power of that web workflow. But you can imagine this is really helpful for embedded projects, especially because this has super low power, so you can have this in costumes and props, and if you have to make changes to the code, it is always running its little web server there, so you can use the web workflow. Very, very convenient. Or you can plug in a USB cable and use the USB to serial conversion if you need to. But why? Why need to? Why not use wireless? Wireless is great. So let's see. I'll take a little diversion here off for a second into this super cool adapter board I'm using, and you can see the kind of some of the features that I really like here. We've got USB charging circuit for the battery, so you can see there's the battery plugged in. That little yellow light just went on. That's charging the battery. That is not an ItsyBitsy feature, but that is a feature of C. Grover's cool little Breakout there. We have the battery port right in there, so we're plugged into, very nice and neat. We do have an extra stem QT cable there that can be configured to also be a UART if you want, just with a jumper. And we got some mounting tabs on here with mounting holes, so I've got a couple of those screwed into this, this little whirligig here. So if you want to check that out, I'll drop a link in the chats. Super cool Breakout by C. Grover. Thanks for making that and sharing that out there. Let's see, back to the featured item right here, which is this. Let me know, what questions do you have? Have we missed anything? I'm going to check out the chats for a second. Let's see. That's right, yeah, Jeff Hunt, it is not USB-C. And this was intentional on Lady Ada's part just to keep it fully compatible with existing ItsyBitsys. She may make a redesign at some point where ItsyBitsys move into USB-C territory, but right now they are USB Micro B, and that is the M4 ItsyBitsy. We have an M0 ItsyBitsy, I think. There's the NRF52840, and there's this one. Am I missing one? Yeah, RP2040. So we have a nice little collection of these ItsyBitsys, and for now at least they all are consistent for USB-C port, or USB port being Micro B, as well as the pinout. Other questions? Yeah, these are typically this type of form factor. I think these originally were probably inspired by both the sort of Arduino Micro, Pro Micro type of form factor, and Teensy to some degree. And those don't have mounting holes. They try to just be as small as possible, given the enormous amount of features that are on them. And they just have solder pads for pins, so you can drop that into another board or air wires directly to your project. So no mounting holes on that, keeps it super tiny. I do not know, Randall Bone, if it has support for platform I/O. Does anyone know that? Is that a thing? Let's look it up. Why not? ItsyBitsy ESP32 platform I/O. Well, there's at least documentation for it, so I'm going to say a qualified yes. That probably does work with that. If anyone knows in the chat, please let us know. All right, did I miss anything? I think that is it. So, like I said, head on over here to this URL or this QR code if you want to go pick some up. I think we still have some of these in stock. It is only $7.48 US right now to pick it up. That's half price. Quite a deal for a really powerful board that you can do a whole heck of a lot with. I think this may be the only one that has the stem QT on it right now. That is one update to this board, besides this being the ESP32 module. Great for IoT projects, great for whippersnapper stuff, excellent for if you want to use the, what's the name, WLED. You can use ESP32 WLED projects to do cool NeoPixel stuff. What else? I don't know, you come up with some cool stuff and tell us about it. How about that? All right. I think that is going to do it for today. So that is my product pick of the week this week. It is the ItsyBitsy ESP32 with the 8 megabytes of flash, 2 megabytes of PSRAM, and the built-in PCB antenna. For Adafruit Industries, I'm John Park. This has been JP's product pick of the week. Bye.